We've all been there. A huge deadline is looming. You're binge-watching just one more episode, or you're cramming for a final exam. You tell yourself, it's fine, I can survive one night without sleep. But what really happens to your body and brain after 24 hours with zero rest? Spoiler alert, it's not just about feeling tired. Your brain literally starts to malfunction. Let's break down, hour by hour, what's actually happening when you stay awake for too long, and why your brain treats sleep like it treats oxygen. You're about to find out why that all-nighter is a much bigger deal than you think. For the first few hours, you probably feel okay. Maybe even a little wired. This is your body running on leftover adrenaline and maybe a little help from caffeine. To keep you alert, your body starts burning through its glucose stores at a faster rate. But behind the scenes, something else is building up. A chemical called adenosine. Think of adenosine as the sleep pressure chemical. The longer you're awake, the more of it accumulates in your brain. As adenosine levels rise, it starts to slow down the firing of your neurons. This is why, even though your eyes are wide open, your focus begins to fade. You might start yawning more, your reaction time gets a little sluggish, and simple tasks suddenly feel like climbing a mountain. You're awake, but your brain is already starting to pump the brakes. Now we're hitting the 6 to 12 hour mark, and this is where the cognitive decline really kicks in. Your frontal lobe, which is the command center of your brain responsible for logic, decision-making, and impulse control, starts to get sluggish. It's like it's running on low power mode. You'll start missing important details. You might make poor choices you wouldn't normally make, and you'll find yourself rereading the same sentence over and over because you keep forgetting what you just read. Your emotional control also starts to weaken significantly. Ever notice how you get super irritable, or maybe even overly emotional, for no apparent reason when you're tired? That's your brain trying to save energy by shutting down non-essential functions. And unfortunately, emotional regulation is one of the first things to go. Your brain is basically acting like a phone at 5% battery, desperately trying to conserve what little power it has left. Here's a mind-blowing fact from scientific studies. After just 17 hours of being awake, your cognitive performance is equivalent to someone with a blood alcohol level of 0.05%. In many countries, that's legally considered impaired. So, skipping a night of sleep can make you function as if you've been drinking. That's a pretty sobering thought, isn't it? As we cross the 12-hour mark and head towards 18 hours, your body starts to physically break down. Your sympathetic nervous system, the one that controls your fight-or-flight response, goes into overdrive. Your heart rate increases, and your blood pressure rises. To keep you going, your body floods your system with cortisol, the primary stress hormone. This is why you might feel anxious, jittery, and paradoxically wired, even though you're exhausted. At the same time, your immune system takes a massive hit. Your body's production of natural killer cells, which are the frontline soldiers that fight off viruses and even patrol for cancerous cells, drops significantly. This makes you much more vulnerable to getting sick. Have you ever pulled an all-nighter and then caught a cold a few days later? This is why. You might also feel intensely hungry, especially for sugary or high-carb foods. This isn't just your imagination. Sleep deprivation causes your ghrelin levels, the hormone that tells you you're hungry, to spike. Simultaneously, your leptin levels, the hormone that signals you're full, plummet. This hormonal imbalance is a recipe for overeating and is one of the key reasons why chronic sleep deprivation is strongly linked to weight gain and an increased risk of developing insulin resistance. Now we're in the danger zone. 18 to 24 hours without sleep. At this point, your brain is so desperate for rest that it starts to take matters into its own hands through a phenomenon called microsleeps. These are tiny, involuntary moments where your brain literally shuts off for a few seconds at a time. The scary part. This can happen even while your eyes are open. You could be in the middle of a conversation, or even more frighteningly, driving a car. You'll start forgetting what you were doing mid-sentence. Your reflexes slowed down to a crawl. Getting behind the wheel or operating any kind of machinery becomes incredibly dangerous, with risks comparable to, or even exceeding, those of drunk driving. Your brain is essentially going offline, whether you want it to or not. Inside your brain, something else is happening that's even more concerning. a toxic protein called amyloid beta, which has been strongly linked to the development of Alzheimer's disease, starts to accumulate. Our brains have a brilliant cleaning system that clears out this plaque, but it primarily works only during our deep sleep cycles. So, when you skip a night of sleep, you're not just making yourself tired. You're allowing this toxic gunk to build up, making your brain metaphorically dirty. After a full 24 hours awake, you are in a state of total system overload. Your hormones are completely out of sync. Your memory consolidation has ground to a halt, and your metabolism is in disarray. Your amygdala, the part of your brain that processes fear and emotion, goes into hyperdrive. This is why extreme sleep deprivation can make you feel anxious, paranoid, and icily startled. Meanwhile, your prefrontal cortex, the center for logic and rational thought, is basically offline. You've lost your ability to reason properly. At these days, you can't focus. You can't regulate your emotions, and your body starts demanding rest in any way it can. This is why, when you finally do lie down, you crash so hard. Your brain isn't just gently falling asleep. It's forcing a deep, restorative sleep cycle to begin the massive repair job it needs to do. So, what's the takeaway here? Sleep isn't a luxury. It's fundamental, biological maintenance. One all-nighter might not cause permanent damage, but it is important to understand that every sleepless hour steals something small from your brain and body. Your memory, your mood, your focus, your immune health, all depend on getting enough quality rest. So the next time you're tempted to pull an all-nighter, just remember what's happening on the inside. Your brain doesn't just want sleep, it needs it to function, to clean itself, and to keep you healthy. Stay curious, and stay healthy. Thanks for watching Med Simplified Health Explained. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into your health. We'll see you in the next one.